Okay, so the fight scene I'll be breaking down will be the train fight from the movie From Russia with Love. The fight scene starts with Red Grant, played by Robert Shaw, having James Bond captive at gunpoint and failing to open James Bond's briefcase and setting off a smoke bomb inside of it. Bond takes the opportunity to pin Grant against the wall of the train car that they own. Grant starts a fight back, putting the palm of his hand against Bond's face to push him away to regain control. Bond then pushes Grant's arm, throwing off his aim, and quickly disarms him by hitting Grant in the hand, making the gun go out the train window. Bond then throws a knee into Grant's rib, pushing him through a door into the connecting room. Grant retaliates by running his shoulder into Bond's stomach and throwing him against the wall. Grant then lunges down at Bond, who rolls out of the way and stomps down onto Grant's back, pushing him into the couch. He then kicks him against a wall and goes for another kick, but Red moves out of the way and lifts Bond up from between his legs and slams him to the ground. They grapple for a little bit on the couch before falling to the ground, where Red ends up on top. Bond takes his arms and raises them behind his head before bringing them down uh, onto the top of Grant's head, knocking him back. Bond then grabs Grant by the neck and jabs him in the face, knocking him into the other room again. He goes to attack Grant again, but he gets up and blocks Bond's jab with his left arm and counters with his own stomach punch to Bond. Bond then slams the door of the room into Grant's face, knocking him backwards. Grant starts to get up, but Bond puts him in a headlock from above and starts smashing him into the walls on opposite sides of the doorway. Grant lifts Bond, breaking the headlock, and knocks him back, but Bond retaliates by kicking Grant in the face. The two men then get up and start to go at each other again, but throws the first jab, but Grant pushes his arm away and jabs Bond in the face. He starts to throw more punches, but Bond blocks them. Grant then lifts Bond up and slams him into a wall. Bond then pushes Grant's face away with the palm of his hand and chops Grant into the side of the neck before grabbing hold of a rod that holds your clothes above him and kicking Grant away. He then dives at Grant, who rolls to the side out of Bond's way, where they grapple for a bit. Grant then puts Bond in a full Nelson hold, holding both of Bond's arms behind his head like this. He then pulls a wire from his wristwatch and starts to choke Bond. While being choked, Bond manages to pull a small knife from his briefcase and stabs Grant in the left tricep, breaking the hold that Grant has on him. He then reverses the wire and finishes off Grant with his own weapon.